They said the Bills lost, but we know the truth. Atlanta didn't just win, they announced themselves to the world. Under the bright lights of Monday Night Football, while the media made excuses for Buffalo, the Falcons were out there breaking helmets, breaking egos, and breaking silence. And yet, nobody's talking about them. Well, tonight, we're changing that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Falcons fans. As proud as I am of this team, I'm angry right now. Not at the players, not at the coaches, but at the media. Because after what we just saw on Monday night, after watching Atlanta go into that field and dominate the Buffalo Bills from start to finish, every headline still said the same thing. Josh Allen lost. Excuse me? No. The Falcons won. The Falcons went into prime time and punched the Bills in the mouth. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. It was discipline, defense, and pure heart. This team came out swinging, and while everyone else keeps talking about Buffalo's mistakes, we saw the truth. The Falcons forced those mistakes. They earned that win. Because let's be real here, Josh Allen didn't just walk out there and start throwing the ball to thin air. He threw those picks because Atlanta's defense made him panic. They collapsed that pocket, they read those routes, and they snatched that ball out of the sky like they owned the field. And the best part? The national media barely said a word. Only one guy, Pat McAfee, stood up and gave this team the respect it deserved. He said it straight: Raheem Morris has built a culture. Michael Penix Jr. looks confident. Bijan Robinson is electric. And this defense? This defense hungry. Now, I might not agree with everything Pat said. Penix isn't just a guy. He's the future. 8 games in, and you can already see the spark, the poise, the fire. But Pat got one thing right. This Falcons team is for real. So I'm saying it louder than anyone else. The Atlanta Falcons beat the Buffalo Bills. Not because Buffalo made mistakes, but because Atlanta made them happen. Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. How much respect do you think this team deserves after that win? Rate your confidence in the Falcons right now from 1 to 10 in the comments. And let's make sure everyone hears the real story. Let's talk facts, not feelings. Because if you look at the numbers, if you actually break down the stat lines from that Monday night game, it's clear as daylight. Atlanta didn't get lucky. They flat out outplayed Buffalo. Michael Penix Jr. outshined Josh Allen. Bijan Robinson ran harder, smarter, and faster than James Cook. And Drake London? He owned that field. Joshua Palmer didn't even come close. So tell me again, how exactly did the Bills lose that game? They didn't. The Falcons took it from them. They grabbed that win by the throat and refused to let go. This team showed the world something powerful. When they stay focused, when they protect the football, when they execute their game plan, they can beat anybody in the NFL. Their only real opponent is themselves. Now look ahead, the road's not getting easier. You've got some battles coming in the next 5 weeks. Week 9 and Week 10, those are circled in red. The Patriots are tougher than people think. And out of nowhere, the Colts are suddenly playing lights out. Daniel Jones looks like a brand new man this year. Those games will test the Falcons' grit. But outside of that, the 49ers are beatable. The Dolphins have been a mess. And Carolina? Please. You think the same Falcons that just stomped Buffalo are going to roll over again after that 30-0 loss? Not a chance. That rematch in Week 11 is personal. Realistically, this team could go 3-2 at worst, maybe 4-1 at best. Even if they drop a game to New England or Indy, they'll still be fine. Because right now, whether people want to admit it or not, the Falcons are one of the best teams in football, statistically and emotionally. Number 1 defense. Number 2 offense. That's not hype, that's fact. This isn't the same old Falcons team. It's a new mindset. A new energy. A different beast. Sure, when they're sloppy or unfocused, we've seen what happens. But when they come out sharp, when they lock in with Raheem Morris' game plan, they're terrifying. So to every Falcons fan out there still doubting, stop. This isn't 2022. This isn't the almost good team anymore. This squad believes. And it shows every single snap. If you believe this isn't the same Falcons team anymore, prove it. Drop a fire in the comments and tell me how far you think Atlanta can go this year. Super Bowl? NFC Championship? Let's see where your confidence is, Dirty Birds Nation. Falcons fans, listen up, because I'm about to be real with you. I've watched a lot of Atlanta football over the years, and I can tell you this team feels different. The energy, the attitude, the fire, it's not the same old story anymore. But let's be honest, it's not perfect either. There are still a few things this team has to fix if they want to keep climbing. So, what needs to change? Let's talk about it. And first, let's give some credit where it's due. I owe Zach Robinson some respect. I was critical of him earlier this season, and I'll admit it, I was wrong. Since he's moved down to the field, this offense has started to click. The communication with Michael Penix Jr. looks sharper, the tempo feels smoother, and for once, everything looks like it's working together instead of fighting itself. You can see it in how they're calling plays: simple, effective, and confident. Get the ball to Bijan. Feed Tyler Algier. Let Drake London eat. When they stick to that formula, it works. But here's the flip side: the second half offense still has issues. All the spark, all the creativity, all the rhythm they showed in the first half against Buffalo? It vanished after halftime. It's like someone flipped a switch and the Falcons just stalled. Now, losing Jake Matthews definitely hurt. His absence threw off the protection, and Penix didn't look quite as comfortable after that. But let's be clear, it wasn't just about one missing lineman. This team still struggles at times to find its identity when the pressure rises. And that's what separates good teams from great ones. When everything's flowing, Atlanta looks like a powerhouse. But when things get messy, when they need that big third down, that clutch drive, they sometimes lose rhythm. That's the gap they still need to close. Still, I'll give them this: the progress is real. The effort is real. And for the first time in a long time, the direction feels right. Falcons fans, I want your honest take. What's the biggest thing this offense still needs to fix? Drop your answer in the comments right now and tell me how confident you are in Zach Robinson's play calling going forward. Are you sold yet, or still waiting to see more? Let's talk about something that still drives me crazy: play calling when the game's on the line. Zach Robinson has been sharp lately, no doubt. But sometimes, he just can't help himself. When you've got Drake London torching defenders and Bijan Robinson running like a man possessed, it's tempting to get flashy, to go for that knockout punch. But that's exactly when things can go wrong. Because late in that Bills game, right around the 2-minute warning, Atlanta had one job: run the ball. Kill the clock. End the game. Instead, Zach started dialing up passes. And one of those throws nearly turned into a disaster, almost an interception that could have given Buffalo a chance to come back. The ball hit the defender's hands, and thank the football gods he dropped it. Only then did the Falcons go back to running it. That's the kind of moment that separates great coordinators from good ones. When you've already dominated one of the best teams in football, you don't need to run up the score, you just need to finish the fight. The best statement you can make isn't another touchdown. It's lining up, pounding the rock, and walking off that field with a win you controlled from start to finish. So no, Zach's not completely off the hook yet. But I'll give him this: he's improving. The creativity, the rhythm, the leadership, all better than it was weeks ago. Now let's switch gears for a second, because the Falcons' problems aren't just on offense. Special teams still have fans biting their nails. Let's be honest, the kicker situation is shaky. John Parker Romo has had his moments, but this isn't stability. We saw it against Buffalo. Atlanta passed on a chance to go up by 3 scores because they didn't trust the kicking game. Then, when they finally lined up, Romo's kick got blocked, and it wasn't a fluke. The ball came out low, flat, and slow. That's technique. That's confidence. And right now, it's missing. The team keeps saying it's in open competition. But let's be real, once they move on from Romo, there's no going back. Right now, He feels like a bandage on a bullet wound. It'll hold for now, but not forever. But look, this doesn't mean Atlanta's broken. It means they're still building. No team in the NFL is perfect, not even Kansas City, and they're sitting at 3-3. Every contender has flaws. The question is how you respond to them. And that brings us to what's next. Because this Sunday night, it's San Francisco. Prime time again. The biggest test yet. Beat the Bills? Impressive. Beat the 49ers right after that. That's franchise defining. That's the kind of win that makes the whole NFL stop and stare. The kind of win that says the Atlanta Falcons aren't a cute story anymore. They're a problem. So buckle up, Dirty Birds fans. The stage is set, the lights are on, and the league is watching. If you believe the Falcons can shock the world again and take down the 49ers, drop a "rise up" in the comments right now. How confident are you in this team heading into Sunday night? Let's hear your prediction. Falcons win or not?